Oh ho ho guys, we have a potentially huge change that is coming to breeding and also to a few other parts of the game as well. But in particular, we have been given some of the new update changes in advance, some of the info about it. And the thing that I'm mainly talking about is this new relic system that we're going to be getting and this double egg relic in particular. Just read it with me. Grants you the amazing power of being able to pick the preferred breeding outcome from two options. After starting the breeding, 2 eggs are presented instead of 1, and you can decide which one you want to go for, and this power lasts for 12 hours. A maximum of 5 can be stored in the inventory. So, you know how people always seem to complain that they're struggling with the Dragon of the Month, or they're complaining about struggling with the Dragon of the Week? Now, this is basically going to give you 2 options instead of just being stuck with 1. So you get to choose out of the 2 that the game picks which one you prefer, which means you can pick shorter breeding time ones if they're both crappy, or it means that maybe the one that you want is the second option. You can pick that, and there you go. There's your Dragon of the Month breeding done. I mean, this is an absolutely gigantic change, and it is in the form of a new consumable system. So we'll see how it works out at the end of the day, but this could drastically increase your chances of breeding the things that you want when you want it. But, you know, we'll get into what the relics themselves actually are when we go through all of it, but we'll start from the top of this post because this was released yesterday. But basically, when I wanted to talk about it, I fell asleep, and it is now 2 a.m. So yes, typical. I woke up at 2 a.m. to go and read DML patch notes. Fantastic. But anyway, Andrew's posted, "Hello everyone. To learn more about the upcoming update changes, read the notes below." And this is actually quite a big change as well. So for clan events, as inactive clans can ruin the matchmaking of clan events and make them less competitive, our goal is to create an event system where only active clans participate. Therefore, instead of automatic participation, clans need to sign up for upcoming clan events manually starting from the new update. Clan leaders and officers have to nominate their clans in the next contest during the participation periods. So this means that the actual clan leaders and officers have a pretty major role, because if they're not on the game to start the clan in the actual event periods, then the clan will never actually get to participate in the events. So if you have an inactive leader or inactive officers or both, you should probably find a new clan right now, because otherwise you'll probably never actually be able to participate in a clan event again. But this means that clan events will become more difficult because they're going to become a lot more competitive, because only the active clans are actually going to be up. So rest and rip if you're not a very competitive clan, basically. But I don't know, I kind of like the sound of that overall. And then the second thing we have here is the food generator that we talked about a couple of days ago. Turns out it is partly a food generator, but it is also a habitat, which I was not expecting. So, we've got the Eternal Fruit Tree. Is a special boss habitat that can house up to 2 boss dragons and produces food over time. It can be purchased from the Habitats and Buildings tabs in the shop for 200 gems. Not a fan of that. Only 1 Eternal Fruit Tree can be owned at a time, and it occupies 6x6 tiles on the map. It can be upgraded up to level 12, at which it produces 28,000 food per hour, and its capacity is 1.28 million food. So at level 1, it produces 6,700 food per hour, and its capacity is 40,000, which is pretty negligible, so you'd realistically need it at around about max level. So the food is generated automatically, and it can be harvested similarly to collecting gold from regular habitats. Food is produced even if the Eternal Fruit Tree doesn't house a boss dragon. The question is, how do we upgrade the Eternal Fruit Tree? Because it costs 200 gems base to actually, buy it, which is quite a lot of gems. And then you need to upgrade it all the way to level 12. So if all of the level ups also cost gems, then this is probably an extortionate price for very little gain. But I would hope that maybe the level ups would just be pure gold and it's just the base 200 gems to purchase it. We'll have to see. I hope that that's how it works. If not, this is probably not going to be a very good purchase overall. Then we have upgrading legendary habitats. You know, this thing that we have been begging for a long time. Unfortunately, this is also a gem-only purchase, which is very, very disappointing. So legendary, festive, and time habitats can be upgraded to level 2. Upgrading costs 100 gems, and level 2 habitats can store or house up to 3 dragons, and the gold capacity has been increased to 50,000 from 30,000. So if you're someone that's got lots and lots and lots of gems, sure, you can upgrade your habitats, but I'm not going to be someone that's going to tell you to go and put on extra gems just so that you can upgrade these legendary habitats, because you are probably going to have much better uses for them elsewhere. But it does mean that people that do this will probably have much higher gold capacity than everyone else, so it's probably going to skew the gold collection events and things like that. So I really do not like that these 2 new features are gem reliant, but we'll see. And then we get on to the main important part so far that I can see from this new update, or the biggest changes, which is the introduction of relics, which includes that double egg relic. So relics are valuable new consumable items that can be used in multiple features. These items will appear first in the Whale Mart and Dungeon Special offers. 6 relic types are the following. So keep in mind, they are Whale Mart and Dungeon Special offers first. Maybe they're going to appear in different parts of bundles and in the shop, so they're not easy to get items. They're definitely sort of limited time items that you're going to have to stack a little bit of as you go along. So, first one is a Relic of Farming. Decreases the timer on a single farm by 8 hours. A maximum of 10 can be stored in the inventory. This is going to be really useful during, farming events, or say you accidentally put the wrong food in your farms during an event, then you can use one of these. And the thing is, it says decreases the timer on a single farm, so that doesn't mean that it automatically means the farm is done. So maybe it only reduces it by like a couple of hours, which wouldn't be ideal. But it says a maximum of 10 can be stored, so I guess if you could stack up a few of them and use them, it would be fine. But I'm worried that maybe these would be seemingly overpriced for their value. We'll see. Then we've got a Relic of Brooding. Decreases the breeding time in any of your breeding dens by 8 hours. And then a maximum... Oh yeah, it does say by 8 hours, that's it. I can't believe I already missed that. Don't blame me, it's 2:30 in the morning. Same with the breeding one, dems by 8 hours, a maximum of 10 can be stored in the inventory. So I guess that goes up to 80 hours then for these. So the thing is, even if with the Relic of Farming, say you accidentally put in the 1-day farm, then you're still going to have to use quite a few of them, is basically what I was trying to say about, it to use. So I hope that actually acquiring these isn't too difficult, because they say you can store up to 10. I hope they're not overpriced in that regard. Then Relic of Hatching decreases the time needed to hatch a dragon egg in the hatchery by 8 hours. So it seems like the 8 hours thing is a pretty staple number for them. So can only be applied to individual hatchery slots. A maximum of 10 can be stored in the hatchery. That has definitely got its uses if you want to be hatching multiple new dragons from your inventory, for example. Relic of Exploration decreases the timer of a ruin exploration by 8 hours. Can only be applied to individual ruins. A maximum of 10 can be stored in the inventory. This will be useful for people looking to unlock Chronos sooner. For someone like me that already has Chronos unlocked, it's probably not going to be that important to use these. It'll just be, for the sake of, let's see if we can get another chest out of the volcano, basically. But it's not going to be as important to everyone that's already finished Chronos, but those looking to unlock Chronos, this could be super useful for you. Extra Den Relic activates the extra breeding den for 24 hours. If the extra breeding den is active already, using this relic will increase the availability of the extra breeding den by 24 hours. A maximum of 5 can be stored in the inventory. That is a pretty big one, because, you know, the extra breeding den is pretty much, you know, you have to pay for it at the moment. That is the only way that you can get it. But this gives you the ability to unlock the extra breeding den for a full day, which during chain breeding events or maybe other special events, this could be really, really useful. So it's sort of a shame that we can only store 5 of these, but at least there is the ability to unlock it for free without having to pay for it, which is a nice change. And then of course we come back to that double egg relic. So imagine having the extra breeding dens active and then being able to choose between them with that double egg relic. So again, the power for the double egg relic lasts for 12 hours, maximum of 5 can be stored in the inventory. So you've got to remember that each of these items have different cooldown periods or usage periods. For the others it's 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, then it's 24 hours, and then it's 12 hours. So we've got 3 different timers for you to be aware of for how long these relics last. And then finally, they talk about dungeon improvements. So the power level of opponent dragon scales less rapidly in case of uneven teams. We'll see how that works. That's what they said before. Maybe it's like, oh, you can beat 2 waves of opponent dragons before it goes to level 110 now. Wow! No, I'm really hoping that this is true and that the actual numbers behind this are accurate. If it's only like 2 rounds, this won't be an important change and it will be exactly the same as it was before. So I'm hoping that this sounds better than, you know, what we've had so far. And the wait time of restarting Dungeon Brawls for free is changed for the first 3 Brawls. Waiting timers ramp up in the following way: 15 minutes after the first Brawl, 1 hour after the second, 3 hours after the third, and 6 hours after the fourth. That keeps repeating afterwards. So this has turned more into like the boss challenge events, how it's like you get short timers and then after a couple it gets longer and longer. It does mean that now we should be able to progress much, much faster at the beginning, but then afterwards it's going to be the exact same slog. I'm noticing that there's no mention of reducing the cost of anything in the dungeon, so maybe they think that this will make it fine, but there's still absolutely no way that anyone can even close to ever unlock all 15 of those purple chests required to guarantee the limited time dragon. Again, you have to spend quite a lot of money to get to that point, like a few thousand gems if you want to guarantee that limited time dragon. So I don't think that these changes are enough, reading them. To be completely honest, I do not think that they are going to be enough. Just saying that I would happily be proven wrong. So I will see it, we will see how it goes, and I hope that I am wrong, but we don't know. But this is obviously coming very soon, so these are the changes that you should expect. And on top of that, also remember that Andrus is actually leaving as the community manager for the game. So, you know, thank you, Andrus, for all of your work, and especially, you know, the stuff that you do behind the scenes that people don't really get to see. You know, being a community manager is not the... Sometimes it doesn't feel like the nicest job by any stretch, but there is a post here, and Andrus explains that he'll be replaced by Adam, so he will be taking over the DML forums permanently out of our Budapest studio. Adam is new to Gameloft and is really eager to jump on board. So thank you for all of your work, Andrus. You know, we appreciate it, and, you know, hopefully Andrus could do some cool stuff in the future. But now we've got Adam to pester and annoy instead. So, you know, you can go and say hello to Adam on here if you'd like to. I know that a lot of people just play the game and they don't really understand who's there actually managing things and making sure that things work out. but having people like community managers really is important for making sure that the players feel like there's someone from the game's development team, or just in general from internally, that is actually, you know, responding to them. They're the people that give out updates and news and things like that. So without these people, you wouldn't actually know about any of this update stuff coming out early. It's really easy to sell when you have a community manager that doesn't do anything, put it that way. So, you know, bear in mind that we will be getting a new one. We'll probably see things done very slightly differently because every community manager is different, but say your goodbyesies and thank yous to Andros, and welcome the new boy, Adam. I don't know, is there an obsession with people with A's in their name as their first letter? I don't know, maybe there is. But regardless, that is the important new stuff that has come out within the last sort of 12-hour period. I'm interested to see this new update because we've got the new Divine event, we've got these new changes. I really am interested to see these breeding relics in particular. But let me know what you think, let me know what your idea is. I need to stop because it is so hot. I think it's like 32 degrees at the moment and it's 2:30 in the morning. I did not move to England again to be warm. I am very upset. So I am going to try and sleep again. It will probably be unsuccessful. So it's going to be a fantastic day, staying up all night and being tired all day. Wonderful. So for now, thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I will see you then.